You're watching Cover Stories. All right, I want you guys to help me welcome our guest, Matt Balaker, comedian. We also got Adam Jacobo.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Eddie Spaghetti Jarvis. And of course, my awesome co-host, Melissa Greenberg. Once again, Florida has spared no expense when a local woman shared her footage from a home security camera claiming she believed she caught a dinosaur running through her yard. Some speculate the dashing dino is just a dog or a bird. We asked a local paleontologist what he thought of the footage and wondered why she released it at all, saying, quote, "She was so preoccupied on whether or not she could, she didn't stop to think if she should." Now, I want to share a clip with you guys of the little rascal in the backyard. I believe it is right here. We'll let that loop for a minute here while I go around the table. There's no audio, so I'll just babble over this. And so, you know what? I'm going to start with you, Adam. Welcome to the show. It's your first time.
What's up?
I have some good technical questions here. Like, for example, why is anyone shocked that there would be a dinosaur in Florida, considering this is the land of lizards? They got crocodiles. They even have flamingos running around. This could be any one of those damn things. What do you think it is?
I would think so. I mean, it's like you say, alligators and crocodiles, they are considered dinosaurs. That's how long they've been around. So if you have one passing by your yard, I think she suited up her little dog with one of those little, Halloween costumes, like, make your dog into a dinosaur, had him run around just so she can get on the news. I think that's what happened. This lady was so desperate for attention and wanted something to do or just some attention from her friends. Just as like a top, oh my God, did you see my story on the news? Oh my God, I got on the news. I was on Fox. This is how stupid.
With her inflatable dinosaur suit. Yeah.
I'm a nasty woman.
Yeah, she that does seem a bit odd. Matt, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, you are married to someone in the medical field. I think the real story here is that little dino didn't have a mask on, and we should have been concerned.
I think that's it. And it's absurd to think that like this is a dinosaur off that 1.5 second clip. I mean,
right.
Vaccines, everyone knows this. The COVID vaccine turns people into Komodo dragons, not dinosaurs. So we got to get our facts straight. And my wife, the doctor, told me that. So blame her.
She said 1 out of 1 doctors approves this message.
After all that smack on doctors we talked pre-show, that was really douchey of me, huh? They're big stars, though. They only come in for a second.
No, but see, here's the thing.
I'm gonna sign this script for you.
Wait a minute, Eddie. For those tuning in, off camera, we talked about doctor visits and porn. Ironically, Matt is the only one that can fulfill that fantasy in this particular group here.
Yes,
so. It's how we met. It's very romantic, but it's kind of trite.
That is wild. She knows all your secrets, literally.
Her doctor OnlyFans.
Yes,
my Lord, that's like a chick wanting to know too much about you. You want my insides too, baby? Bad enough.
Take my blood.
You want my blood? Yes, I do.
Take my blood.
Second
away.
date. Yeah. Second date. I really like you. I need you to get the.
That's a 4th date thing. I'm really old fashioned.
Nice.
Yeah.
A couple of glasses of vino. She brings that.
She's writing him a few prescriptions. Yeah.
Love that. We'll talk after the show
Eddie,
about that.
Eddie, since we're on the subject, why not just point out the obvious? Isn't Florida just the penis of the United States of America?
It really is funny. You say, why is a dinosaur not wearing masks? Tom Brady didn't wear a mask. I love it. After when he was so hammered after his 20th
throwing
Super Bowl.
his trophy around.
I love
like
that.
Nothing.
You know what? I didn't like him before because I'm a Montana guy. But that made me like him. Me and my nephew were laughing. He's an adult nephew. We're like, this guy is kind of cool. We like it. I mean, just throw the Ben Salam. His own daughter was going, Ned. So yeah, Florida's got a lot of things going on, least of which is, the retirement president's club. That's the greatest, huh? We're going to make the office of the retired president. Jimmy Carter's like, I'm okay. But, yeah, there's a lot of old dinosaurs. I think that might be. So I want to ask. Alex, man with no name,
coming like the Oscars.
Adam.
Who's Alex?
Unlike John Travolta at the Oscars. I want to announce the winner. Her name is All right, thank you, Adam. So how did you propose? Hey, he had no name.
Matt.
That's how important a last name
Matt.
is.
You mean Matt? Wait, are you talking about Adam?
I'm talking about Adam.
I've
been in the desert.
Well.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you're saying when it was dressed up. So you're thinking maybe a costume on maybe a Chihuahua or like a beagle.
How long has this lady been retired? How?
She was young.
Does she have anything to do?
No, but like, how would they dress it? Because I buy that because I watch these. Don't you guys hate these Facebook videos where it's like, you're getting suckered, but it's all dun dun. This cop's looking for this guy, and then they
Melissa has one on right now. They literally take a costume
Yeah,
like what Melissa's wearing right now.
No, but have you guys seen those videos? Those troll videos where they just try to get you to watch, and then it's like, and they circle this guy like he's the only guy in the screen, a-hole. This cop, like, oh, you mean the only cop chasing the one guy, and they're running around like the Keystone Cops around the thing? I won't even watch.
Melissa, so Melissa, I guess my question is, was that you on the camera running through that lady's backyard?
Suburban moms get crazy.
Costume. Oh no, I got Florida. I just love that. It's I've seen a lot of Jurassic Park, so of course it's a dinosaur or a raptor. Like, what if she saw other movies? Like I saw Star Wars. That's a fill in the blank because I don't.
Or she thought it was a gremlin, like that reference. Type of thing. Yeah.
I believe a gremlin. I believe that, or the chupacabra maybe.
It didn't look like a dinosaur.
It was in California.
It was Danny DeVito.
It didn't look like a lizard.
Yeah, I mean, who's the editor that decided to run with the story? They're like, this seems credible. Let's put it front page.
It seems like it's a setup.
Yeah,
it does. Like Adam, like the first man ever that walked. Adam said.
Did you guys actually read some of the comments that people left on that post?
They were like, "Oh yeah, for sure." Yeah, they were agreeing.
Yeah. Oh, you get the same wackos. They're the ones that call into coast to coast late at night. When you're driving home, you got to say, "Hi, George. Yeah, I saw How come the stupidest people see UFO and Bigfoot? How come nobody that sounds like a Rhodes Scholar? Or the guy that's a scholar is kind of a weirdo. No, but you don't call in the Nori.
Yeah.
It's right. He gets the most, and then the guys that are smart are straight weirdos. I'll tell you about JFK.
Well, there's one guy that off of that little clip, off this little clip. This is one of the comments. This guy said, "That is a dog wearing a harness, dragging a leash.
The harness. That's
you can see all four legs dragging behind it."
See, the government didn't want us to know what you were saying right now. It muted while you were mid-sentence.
Was that you or Big Brother?
My thing's dying. Let me plug it in.
That was Big Uncle.
That was right when it was the most important information too. And the deal is, we were all like,
edge of our seats.
We the jury, find the defendant.
I didn't read all the comments. I mean, this guy's on it. He got in a couple feuds with people over it. Listen,
I mean, come on.
He started an internet fight. Come on.
Yeah.
This guy literally saw everything. He saw the four legs, and he saw a leash dragging, and he got all this. from that little clip. You guys all saw the clip. There was no harness.
It was hard to get the definition.
A lot out of that video.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he got a lot out of that video.
There's a prehistoric animal, but no harness. We gotta.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Let's get reasonable here.
Yeah, let's discredit the guy with the only logical answer and go, "What are you, crazy? Obviously, it was a dinosaur." But yeah,
one guy put it's a UFO recently sighted.
There we go.
This could be the CEO that's checking things out. The CEO.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the dinosaur, Bigfoot, and then the UFO comes, and then Tom Cruise says, "Welcome. We've been waiting for you."
It was Tom Cruise.
It was. He was little.
It could have been like a part of his DNA. We will make some of my DNA into little animals.
See, we would stop joking about Florida if they would just stop doing stuff like this.
They can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Could they go 1 week without a bizarro?
Don't we just
news
hate that? Yes! Don't we wish they would just die? Yes!
Unfortunately, they make a lot of morning teams think they're funny. Florida.
No, they got to get off.
They make a lot of the morning zoo type shows. They're such geniuses reading the Florida news. You guys are wild. No,
in local news, yeah, everything starts off with in local news. Yeah,
why tell news from anywhere else?
Yeah. No, because Florida.
We got the gold mine here.
River City has like Florida. Once every month, or not every day.
Right.
Oh man.
All right. I think we've. I think we've
beat that dinosaur to death.
Yeah. Now we're just digging.
He didn't get a dino porn reference in though.
Yeah.
Never saw that.
True.
Did you have a dinosaur porn reference, Eddie? Before we get out of here?
No, I only watch creation-based porn. Sorry. Heyo. No. I want the sin to be real. Well, I want it to be very sinful if I'm going to do it. Come on.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your Peggy Bundy outfit you got going on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is cool.
Full leopard.
Very nice.
Kind of. Yeah.
Like leopard, but cougar, but leopard.
Right.
But yeah. Well, I don't know how many cougars have those spots, but yeah.
Color your hair red.
Isn't leopard is the universe of cougar, or the uniform rather? It's not like that's part of the swag. It's like Fonzie's jacket. That is part of the uniform. I like it.
Yeah.
It's the Peg Bundy.
I thought you meant like the leopard print was part of
the cougar.
I like
Peg Bundy, not the cougar.
It's a very cougar. Like that's if you see a lady shopping, you might get followed at the store. You might get followed to the produce.
I think it says
because of this outfit. Why would you think I don't get followed anyway?
Well, you don't know. You got to look back once in a while. It's like, is this guy
She's all like these cops have been following her.
Have I seen this guy in every aisle now?
Yeah.
Like that girl's playing hard to get. You know how hard it is to catch one of these leopards. Oh my God! They're so.
You don't catch a leopard. You don't catch a cougar. They catch you. They just.
Thank you.
If I'd have wanted it, it'd be done already. I'm saying.
That's right.
You don't have time to teach you nothing.
Only a woman knows if they're going to have sex or not. Unless you're Cosby.
Correct.
Where's your cage? Where can I walk by your cage?
That's wrong. Sorry. It's almost an old joke.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Okay.
That's a great
so now we're going to get some Express news from around the globe. Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg.
Okay, let's see. Couple discovered giant Monopoly board in their house after ripping up the carpet. So these people are renovating. They pull up the carpet, and underneath the carpet, painted on the floor, is a big Monopoly board. So let me see if I can.
Do not pass go.
Okay, there they are. Oops. Let me know if you can you see this?
Wow.
Yeah, we can see it. It's good.
Yeah, I didn't believe you. Then you showed the photo, and now I'm like, she's telling the truth.
I don't have all the toys Ace has, to just put it up on the screen.
Tap. Yeah.
Yeah, so I print it old school. But yeah, I was anybody done any renovations and find any surprises?
That's like in 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
It's like, I found some Yahtzee nights.
Yeah.
I found some Yahtzee dice.
I found a pentagram under my carpet.
What the hell? That's not casual.
Apparently someone was
That's
into
not like-
stars and circles. Yeah.
I'm not sure it wasn't a Jewish star.
I'm actually wondering how well preserved that painting was. If you looked at that painting, it looked pretty fresh.
Well, and people
if you hold that up, I mean, it looks like it wasn't painted long ago.
No, I think there was like a bunch of houses that did this in the 50s. You know, I don't know. I
It
could
looked well painted. Looks like a Norman Rockwell era.
It looked
It's a
more like
Monopoly board.
no,
Did they find the life-size
When did they invent
pieces to go with
Monopoly?
it?
right? No, you could play it with real things like a real dog
Like
and
a
a real
thimble?
car.
A real dog.
Oh, it's giant.
and
Yeah,
a real
It keeps
boots.
running past go.
yeah that'd be hard to
And a
do.
Schnauzer.
And did
Real
people
jails.
The cat
fist
would
fight
move and
over the
dog would
car?
run.
Yeah.
A real shoe.
Yeah.
You know.
Did
Yeah.
you play
could
with
play-
real
no,
money?
Right.
That'll make it
People were
interesting.
suggesting that they just epoxy over it and keep it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and like you got to really be committed to Monopoly because like I probably played it 4 times in my life, and each time ended with somebody getting pissed off after 4 hours and flipping the board.
Yeah. Has anyone finished it? Like not the Monopoly Junior, but like the old school Monopoly. Is everyone completed?
Oh,
the game?
I've taken people out on it.
I
I'm
actually
like,
used to
go
get
with it.
really bored with it, no matter how many
Yeah,
times I
it
play
takes,
it.
you got to be into it.
Yeah.
But you could kick everyone's butt if you know.
Yeah.
You get the right rolls.
So,
It would have been very useful during COVID for sure.
So, how great would that have been though if they like tore off there was neighboring houses that tore out their carpet and found like rat traps or like a mouse trap and stuff.
How boring was life in the 50s that people were playing Monopoly like life size?
Or what
Well-
about Sorry?
Regular size wasn't enough. We got to go
Right.
like 4 times the magnitude.
I would, take it up a notch and shoots and ladders.
I'll tell you how bored
Sliding
people
right
were.
down. Can you imagine?
I'll tell you how bored people were in the 50s. You had housewives doing photo shoots like Betty Page. That's how bored people were in the 1950s. But I had heard about this. I read through this article, and the cool thing was that they said there was a lot of homes built in the 50s that had those board games painted onto their floors, which is awesome. Well, I mean, the 50s was a popular time for game night. There was people that would host game night. So if you think about it, I mean, it would make sense to have a big party where everybody's involved. That was the Wii of the 1950s.
Yeah. Let's play bridge. Remember when you watch I Love Lucy, they're always playing bridge.
Yeah.
It's a way to drink. It's like Taco Tuesday. It's just an excuse to drink. Play gin.
And Pop Mother's
drink
Little
gin.
Helper. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, do some.
She goes running for her shelter from
straight the
Mother's
good stuff
Little
back
Helper.
then. Straight Quaaludes back then.
Oh,
Straight
yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
They didn't play
And
around.
then they
back then.
sink in.
No, you didn't need. Yeah, you didn't really need you didn't need all the stuff we got nowadays. Back then, nowadays we have designer stuff. Back then, it was the sauce or the old lady's medicine cabinet or whatever downers and uppers you can get your hands on at the doctor.
Let the artists do some LSD and have some good music. It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were mentioning artists, and I was thinking more like when I was looking at that artwork, it looks more like what's his name? The one, the
Andy
famous
Warhol.
banana. Yeah, Andy Warhol. It reminded me of
Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Remember that song? Andy? Yeah, his time. Talk about LSD wasn't even illegal till like 66. They were just going wild for a while.
They were
under the radar.
They're giving it to kids before they start school. Yeah.
Just calm down, Junior.
We're living in the wrong times.
Right? He's not hyper anymore. He's not. Don't talk back anymore.
That's horrible. That's horrible. I think what they're doing to kids nowadays is just like putting them on meds.
Oh, the Xanax.
Dude. Yeah. No, that's
it's
crazy.
so horrible. That's why we have like school shootings. I'm pretty sure most of these kids who are doing the shootings.
Kids are on
all
ADD
meds.
medicine and everything.
Yeah,
They used to just tell people, sit the hell down. You just used to have to do what they
Give them a
said.
good whack on the side of the head and kickstart everything. Yeah.
I'm not saying that things should be as abusive as they might have been at one time, but it
They
needs to have
should.
a little bit more back, a little more. There needs to be the threat that someone could hit you,
No,
even
you know
if
what?
you never got hit.
25% is abusive would be all right.
You know what's weird that you said
I
that?
could tap it up
A moderate amount. Let's not.
There's something
we're not barbaric.
because you need a tough, because like when times get rough, nobody's going to say that is wrong. If we have to go into Tom Petty, the postman time.
No, what's funny is here's how parenting has oddly shifted over the past few decades. So when I was a kid growing up, if my father reached for his belt buckle, like it was on, like I knew, I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
And if my mom had to hit you.
And my mom, if we'd be at the supermarket or something, and my mom said, "Wait till your dad finds out," like that was me going home cleaning the entire house. Like I just didn't even have to be told. Yeah, you're freaking out. So when you flash forward to these times that we live in now, everybody's just like, everything is abusive. Everything, the way you talk to them is abusive. But here's the best part about it. And
I'm going to jail.
This is but see, here's the thing. This is the best part about all of this mentality that parents have today is this is going to backfire. I'm warning you guys now. It's going to backfire on you. What's going to happen is when you discipline your child, mark my words, in the next 10 to 15 years, when you go to discipline your child and your child feels that you spoke to them improperly, or you're not honoring their space, or maybe even it's kind of sexist the way you're talking to them, or even perhaps you're a bit racist, by the tone of your language toward them, and you're going to get stuck in this weird lull because you go, I don't know how to argue that because that's been my argument about society the whole time, and now my child rules. And so you're absolutely right, Eddie. A good smack
compared
on the bottom.
To we're gonna beat your white you little son of a
no.
Have you ever been hit with a yardstick? Remember?
You're gonna beat my white.
Have you ever not been
hit
by a yardstick?
Yeah, yardstick, man. Take out one of the yardsticks, and that's not to measure stuff. I don't think the yardstick was made.
Speak for yourself.
For actual measuring.
Sometimes
the yardstick was made for beating up little kids.
Sometimes I wonder if like in video games, they show like a character like will just like break a bar off of like a wall and then use it as a weapon or something, or pull a stop sign out of the ground and then use it as a weapon. Like I feel like those things were modeled after our parents, because that's what my parents did. They could just rip something out of the wall.
Improvisational weapon, right?
The most resourceful generation, without a doubt.
I'll let you know how this turns out in a few years, because for the last couple of years I've been doing that song, put your shoes on, I'm going to need you to put your shoes on, could you put your shoes on? When I finally said, will you get your shoes on? Then my kids are like, okay, all you have to do is tell us. I'm like, oh my god, I've said it 5 times. No, you only said it 3 times. Like
I would hit the 10. That's a great, the way you did it's effective, but I would do it on the second or third one. Do it on the third one.
I have a vein.
It's less energy. Get the shoes on, sing it, and then they might get it faster.
The idea.
Again,
my mom was so strict.
This goes
she used
back.
to have to say 1. My mom would go 1. I would yes, you didn't get the 2 because 2 might be like that.
Okay,
no, my kids know.
Go ahead.
They'll never get to 3.
Three's a rough one.
They said they told me a neighbor girl. They said, "Ooh, Reagan got in trouble. She got to 4."
Might as well count to 10.
Uh-oh.
You should have been knocked out. If they're counting to 10 when I was young, it's because you were knocked out.
So
Heyo.
I think that's where parents are going wrong nowadays. You shouldn't even give your kids a warning. There shouldn't be no one more time.
Just one look.
Be like, bam!
The wicked look.
Right off the bat.
Do you remember? Okay, so I don't know. This is another thing.
Extremes.
Like I feel like this doesn't happen as often anymore, where parents kind of lose their kid in the store. It's not as common. Like I remember in the 80s, everyone lost their kid.
Yeah.
Right. You can't let your kid, because there's 50 people who are watching you at all times.
But then we found him on milk cartons. So
But no, here's the thing, and this is always what trips me out. When I was young, if like Melissa just said right now, like put your shoes on, blah blah. Now, when I was a kid, your parents threatened you with, if you don't put your shoes on, we're leaving without you. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there has to have been a time that your parents really legit left you behind somewhere, because I don't remember a time when once they started making their way to the car that I wasn't hurrying up and putting on my damn shoes. Like I made sure I had a luggage was packed. That's how fast I was running after my parents, because they were going to leave without me. And nowadays, I don't know, like the fact that you even have to count is bizarre to me because it was just like, no, they're going to leave. They're leaving. Yeah.
Kids aren't little adults. So yeah, I heard you. You know, they know instinctively in your voice like how serious you are. And what I learned is not to ask. Well, like I said, will you please put your shoes on? They think that's a yes or no question.
Right.
So I need you to put your shoes on, please.
And then they go, well, I need you to listen. And then they try to barter.
You know what? I don't blame
not
them.
a negotiation.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I pushed as far as I could. My mom, that's how she came up with one. I mean, you know, I was a little lawyer too, but you know, you just gotta outmuscle them.
You know,
there's got to be a point where they know that you could beat them up.
Yeah.
What I have learned,
There's gonna be
what I have learned, and this is something our viewing audience can take with them, is because this pandemic has brought out everybody's crazy. Like I can't go to the bathroom without like one of my kids freaking out. Like, where are you? So I said, have I ever left you anywhere? No. Have I ever left the house without you, or did you not left the house and didn't tell you? No. Well, so why do you think that would happen now? I mean, I would love to, but but what I do know is that I've had to change what I do to get them to control their own behavior instead of me trying to control their behavior by punishing them. Because I've got my 7-year-old son is like, I'm going to take your tablet away. And he's like, fine, do it. And I'm
try it.
I would never talk that way to my dad, but
yeah.
He's trying to show me it doesn't matter. Now, if I tell him like, okay, we're going to the supermarket. I'm telling you one time, this is how we're going to do it. We're not going to sit in the cold case. We're not going to knock over any displays. We're going to be perfect. We're going to help me. We're going to get in. We're going to get out. And if you do that, then I reward them with something good. Right. And if you don't, then you can sit in your room for 2 hours with no tablet staring at the ceiling.
So that's good. Going back to something
that worked.
Back to something Eddie said though about how you were the one that didn't listen. Now, in my neighborhood growing up, that kid was always referred to as a travieso. Now that's the little troublemaker that like everybody compared. So for example, I'm going to throw some names out here. So I grew up with these guys, David and Mike. Now Mike was a travieso. He was one of those guys who was always in trouble. And David told me a story one time. They were walking home because David's mom would walk them. She would walk up to the school and then walk them home because they lived on the same block. And so one day Mike picked up a stick and just came up behind David and whacked him in the back of his thighs, right? Knocking him to the ground. And so David's mom said, Mike, when I get home, I'm going to tell your mom. And then Mike drops the stick and looks up at David's mom and goes, you didn't hear? My mom died. And then she's just like, oh my God. Because like these kids, and you know, because she's like, I just talked to your mom on the way over here. Like your mom's not dead, dude. But that's the thing. So these kids were always, these kids were always the ones that were always in trouble. There was not, you couldn't reason with it. It was like the Terminator. They can't be reasoned with. They can't be bargained with. And so what ended up happening is they were the ones that you weren't allowed to play with later. or they compared you to that when you were being in trouble. Don't be like Michael, blah, blah, blah. And then, so remember, Eddie, that our parents didn't let us play growing up. So that's what I'm trying to
I got to get that word for when I do the Latino audiences. You're going to have to
travieso. Yeah.
Travieso.
I'm pretty sure any of those traviesos would have been remedied with the yardstick.
Yep.
Bring up the yardsticks.
Or chancla.
The chancla. The chancla. The yardstick. I'm
Ace
telling
likes
you, man.
Ace likes it when I say chancla. I don't know why.
I think it's weird.
No, I said I like it when you use it.
That we've had something that has effectively worked for like the history of man. You talk about the 1200s, 1300s, 1400s. We beat kids because kids are little animals. You got to put them in place. And now, because the society is like, oh, it's unhuman, we've literally gone away from something that's very effective and works. And now we've turned to pills.
It stops working. That's the problem.
Well,
if you do it right, it will.
No, I was going to say it doesn't stop working. It doesn't just stop.
It doesn't stop working. Till this day, I fear my mom.
The threat's got to be more. You can't wear it out by beating the crap out of them.
It's
got to be an organized spin, and the threat's got to be bigger than doing it.
Adam just nailed it.
It's going to be like the death penalty.
Adam just nailed it on the head.
Where you just, I can't take the chance.
Adam just nailed it on the head. So my parents are now older people, and here I am, a grown man. 5'11", 220 pounds. Yeah, I know, 600 pounds, 220 pounds. I tower over my parents at this point, and I still get nervous if they get mad. Like, I don't play around. Like,
it's a respect. It's a respect.
Yeah.
You remember, it still hurts, dude.
Yeah. You respect, like my mom made sure we respected her.
Oh yeah.
Like she made sure we respected her. And it's not a question of fear, it's a question out of respect. So like, you raise your kids not to respect you, well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to raise your kids right, man. Because a kid should respect their parents.
And then those kids end up suing their parents, which is something you would never
like the
see.
Menendez brothers.
No,
I'm kidding. No, not that part.
Emancipation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just get scumbag kids, let's face it.
Yeah. Well,
no one ever looks at the kids. Yeah, maybe they just suck. Like,
yeah.
It is true. There are some kids that are just little punks. I
lived in LA. It's a common story. I didn't grow up there, but a lot of the private school kids, they're left alone with their therapists and lots of cash, and the fancy drugs find their way in.
Yep. Bored. They didn't have Monopoly. That's what was going on.
No, they need oversized Monopoly pieces.
It's so much more fun. It's a lot more fun to play on a bunch of coke, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
Get into it. You will have 4 hours to $5.
Go to jail. No, I don't want to go.
You'll be like Jordan Belfort up there. Do you hear me?
If weed's not good enough for you, they need to get beat.
You'll be all. I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's leaving this house. I own Main Street.
We learned about trains. We took rails.
Boardwalk Empire.
Straight. Gordon Gecko'd out. Gordon Gecko.
It's okay.
I want the spoon. Give me the spoon. There is no spoon. There's only a car, a boot, a shoe. Let me use a spoon.
I'm using this thimble. You need to know what I'm using it for.
Melissa, did you think you'd get so much mileage out of this Monopoly bit?
I know. At least it came back full circle, right? I don't know.
It did.
British Columbia singer breaks record for lowest note by a female. And when they say lowest
got that.
She managed to sing. Yeah. She managed to sing a C1 note, the lowest C note on a standard piano. It sounds horrendous.
Yeah,
but
I have it.
Yeah,
you have the video.
What's cool? Yeah, go ahead. If you have it, cool.
Okay,
check it out.
Let's play it really quick here.
La 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 la.
No.
La 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 la.
That's a lady the whole time.
I'm a nasty woman.
That's not appropriate.
Okay.
That's really a lady. That's an authentic recording of a woman.
Yeah.
That was way sexier than I thought.
So Miley Cyrus did that? Where was she? Where was Miley Cyrus? I want to know.
They had to bring in special equipment.
I am Miley Cyrus. I believe she could do that.
Eddie, stop it. They had to bring in special equipment because the first equipment, like if we were just doing this here, like Ace's equipment couldn't record it. They had to bring in special equipment.
Testicles.
What?
You say your testicles.
Ace has got the junior high laughs going now. It's over. First he was Miley. Give me some more whiskey.
The special equipment was testicles. That was a good one, Matt.
They shaved.
Ace is 11. Anyway.
I know how. Prepubescent, huh?
No, that's not. It's just not.
I think it had to be like a certain set of testicles, like trimmed at like number 3. You know how they do like the number 3. There had to be some hair.
What happened? Yeah, what happened was when she was recording that, her testicles were actually dropping on every note.
Isn't that teabagging? I mean, no, that's not it.
No. I like that she's 52.
Play the teabag.
I say whiskey and cigarette smoking.
Yeah. Ladies, don't give up on your dreams.
Exactly. She's 52, and this is a record.
Don't call that old. But first of all, don't call 52.
Yeah, I was gonna say no.
I'm 52.
No,
let's not call that old though. That's middle. Aren't we gonna?
Yeah, no, I'm 52. I
Melissa,
was happy for her. I'm
Melissa,
like, look at her.
Does she have that same outfit you got?
No, she can't get this outfit.
Melissa, I actually want to hear you try.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was just try to. Yeah, how low can you go? How low can you go?
Not that low. I'm not trying to break her record. I want to come up with my own record, because you don't have to be particularly talented. You just have to be the only one that can do that.
Think of a record. Isn't that wild?
So I have to think of a record I can set.
People actually create Guinness Book of Records. They'll create something that only they do.
Yeah, I think she just did it. Or that other one from, what was it, last week with the longest tooth?
There's got to be something we could think of for you.
I love too that she adds the laws. She's all la 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 la.
I am Iron Man.
You know, we're all sitting here going, like, see how
she got into C1. Yeah. No. That was like satanic shit.
It's like the villain in Tron, where it's just all like,
the users are coming, stop their war.
You're like, what the hell?
I love it.
I want to speak to the people who took that video seriously and be like, did you hear that note? It was so perfect. Oh my God, she's so talented. She's amazing. She hit that. See, I've never heard that before. That must be
no one's ever done it.
I know. Dude, the best part
sounds just like a dinosaur.
Yeah. I like that Adam nailed that, dude, because seriously, I would have been dying, dude. I would have been so unprofessional. I would have been convulsing holding that microphone, just like, oh God.
The decorum we've established now would be shattered.
Be like,
I'm very disappointed in you guys.
No, I can't believe it.
Law. It's like, what the hell?
You know what's funny?
Miley Cyrus is going to beat that tomorrow.
She didn't even do like the do, re, mi, fa, so, dude. She's do, re, mi, fa, so.
She'll be all, Dad. She'll be, Dad, did you hear that? I'll beat it.
Guys. You know that everybody listening to this now is going like,
everybody. Let's try. I'm gonna beat
Here comes the law. It's like,
get my bong. Get my bong out. No water.
Why was it Slayer? Why bother singing it at that point? Just be like, you might
like you're doing a bowel movement.
No, but I actually have a serious question. Is she really in the Guinness Book of World Records?
Yes.
Who isn't anymore?
We're so disrespectful.
Eddie, zip it. I'm gonna poke you right in the square.
How is that possible?
Yeah, she's not gonna give you a warning, Eddie.
I'd like to tell you, she captured the title of lowest vocal note by a female, and that's the lowest C on a standard piano.
What did you call her? What did you call her?
I was just gonna do the same joke.
Were you going to the Ace? I got you, huh?
She called it the lowest C on the scale.
I'm like, wow, it's getting ugly now.
Are you jealous?
Melissa,
Are you jealous?
You should try and hit that note, but try and hit it as a leopard, like.
You are the lowest C I've ever heard.
See if you can purr at a C1.
Wow, I don't think I could use that. I'll be canceled. How dare you call somebody a low C?
That wasn't her bra size, right? That was.
Oh, he's got to go there. It's going to be about
low-hanging fruit.
Hey, come on, dude. We were too busy calling her a and you're over here talking about her boobs. Okay. No.
I know, we were trying to keep it respectful.
Keep it below the belt.
Because she's a low C. Sounds so like hardcore. I don't know.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm going to be sitting here this week. I'm going to think of like what kind of
look at the great content it provided. That was awesome.
Dude, I think
least
I
the
just had
belly
an
laugh.
aneurysm,
I know.
dude. Jesus.
It's good for your abs to laugh this hard.
Anything's good for my abs at this point, dude. All I've been doing is eating. Standing up is good for my abs.
Oh man,
Low C.
whiskey.
You know what's really good for abs is food poisoning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that dry heave you get on that when then nothing comes out anymore.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're just
Your
sitting there.
abs will hurt.
It's like when you used up all the toothpaste and you're just like pushing nothing out and you're just squeezing.
What if you get what if you get like a GI Joe out, like when they go up the other way? That'd be crazy, huh? Or like a little army guy. Oh, really? No.
What are you talking about?
Like when you empty your stomach so much when there's nothing left.
Something came out when you were 4.
That's the worst. Yeah, like something that you swallowed.
Oh, there's that little army parachute guy you swallowed when you were 7.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I had a
Had me
friend
bound up
take
for all
2.
these years.
Do you remember Nuprin? It's like Motrin or something. They were little yellow tablets, and I had a friend take some after a night of drinking, and later he threw up, and they had expanded in the liquid. So and he thought he threw up his testicle.
His ovaries. He thought his ovaries came out. My ovaries.
I would just think it was like Del Taco food. I'd say, wow, they're putting some weird crap in there.
Yeah, that's weird. Like when you
scare me.
when you puke something you swore you chewed or it's digested or
Yeah.
something, you're like, oh my god. Like just inhale.
It's even worse when you something you thought
Yeah.
you chewed.
You want to hear something gross?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yes.
When I was 36, I ruptured an intestine. So I had a colostomy bag for 10 weeks.
36.
Wow.
And it's, they put it on your, in the front on your stomach. So you see like everything that you've eaten and processed, you see. And basically I saw like a whole baby carrot go through. I thought, wow, I need to
I'm a nasty woman.
You got to chew 27 times.
That's
27.
right. Like 227.
Oh,
I never wanted to let it get.
But that's wild. That's a hard. Were you single? That's a hard dating. We thought COVID was
That's how
hard
she
to
met her
date.
husband. Yeah.
Were you dating when you had that happening? Would that be wild?
No, I was married, and he was making
Thank
fun
God.
of me.
Oh yeah, then you could just goop on your wife.
Yeah, that would have been great when she was dating. She's like, I don't know if you could tell, but I have a lot of baggage. And
No, but that would be the wildest. Like this isn't permanent, but
No,
we got to
it's
do
all
it.
fun and games until you can't use your butt.
We can't do that kind of butt play right now. I got an issue. So wrong.
Wow. I don't want to go there.
Okay.
Look
well,
at Adam's like, damn it.
this has been fun. Thank you.
His wife just said he can't do the show anymore.
Yeah.
Chew your food. Chew your food.
27 times.
How did it rupture? Can I ask? How did that happen?
Diverticulitis. It's something old people get, and me. So
I got it at how old was I when I got it? 34?
yeah, I had.
Oh, you got it too, Ace?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
really painful.
Not
What
fun.
happens?
Not
Something
fun.
explodes?
It can.
Yeah. I
like
know
you-
it's not the same thing, but I like to compare it to like imagine your intestines develop cavities. So
What?
basically, you get tears in your intestines, and foods get caught in there, and they can get infected. Now, here's a little scientific
And then you
fact
could
for most people.
die.
Before it's diverticulitis, it's called
Yeah, so did I.
diverticulosis, and a lot of Americans
that.
have it, and they don't realize it. And it's just because
Right.
of all the crappy food that we eat in this country, and it doesn't process well, or it's over-processed food, I should say, and so your body can't really digest it naturally. And at the time that I got it, though, I ate a lot of meat. Like I think, I think
Was it processed? Was it like a lot of
I ate.
Carne asada?
I ate really good as far as
was it clean? Was it
as far as like I ate a lot of
'Cause that
fish and
should be good.
fish and chicken, stuff like that. But I mean, I was big into steaks, like steaks and burgers. Like I mean, almost every other night, I think I was having like a big juicy steak. from somewhere.
People do that though, but you work out a lot. A lot of people do that. And as long as it's clean, you would think. Rogan does that for he'll do meat for a month with nothing else. That's crazy,
right? And that's kind of how
don't get it.
That's how I was living my life. But you know who else had that?
It will affect your duty for sure.
You said Rogan, but speaking of UFC and wrestling, what's his name? Oh God, what's his name?
The Irish guy?
Big guy?
What's the guy's name that had the diverticulitis?
Fights?
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Big Brock?
Yeah.
Big Brock Lesnar.
So Brock Lesnar had it, and literally, I think he had it like seriously, like about a month after me. Like, it was really weird. It was like one of those things I had never heard of. And then suddenly I got it. And then somebody else got it that was like famous. And you go, holy crap. And then I remember when he came back after he thought he got better, Adam Hunter and I were watching a fight together. And he
was back at UFC.
Yeah. And Adam was just like, oh, what do you I was like, dude, he's going down. Like, you can't really recoup that fast from diverticulitis, dude. And I think
really
he had the surgery, which I did not. And basically,
did he get his butt kicked? That time?
Oh, so the beautiful part was he got one swift kick to like the midsection, and it was like it looked innocent, and he just went nope, and he just called his own fight. He was like, I'm done. And he just stepped because the fear of your intestines ripping is probably just shy under the pain of your intestines ripping. It's like, it's so scary. Yeah.
I was at work and I was sitting at my desk and it went blam. And I went, something broke.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
It's not a fun experience.
No, because then you go septic.
Yep.
Yeah. I've known people that have had that happen. That's so scary.
Yeah, it's scary. It's like a fort.
You gotta love
lightning.
You gotta love the UFC though. The guy kicks him right in that vulnerable area. It's like, mofo, this ain't no WWE. Yeah. This ain't no Vince McMahon, sucker. I'm gonna hit you right where it hurts. Yeah, it's like ruthless. I'm gonna watch it this Saturday. I can't wait.
The doctor push on that. You punch him in the face.
Now, not to scare people who might be sitting there thinking, "Oh, what if I have it?" You do get some weird, funky abdominal pains. You'll have, most likely you might have diverticulosis and you don't realize it, which it's okay. Now, here's the big thing. Even when you have diverticulitis, fiber is your friend. That's like the number one thing. Just make sure you get some Metamucil or any kind of psyllium husk. It doesn't have to be the expensive stuff, but just give yourself some good fiber and keep your diet with fiber in it. It doesn't have to be crazy where you're overdoing it. You don't have to do the 3 doses a day. You can do 1 or 2 at the most.
Drink about 5 cups of coffee in the morning.
And lots of water.
I used to make fun. Remember?
I had to just clean you out.
Yeah.
Was it Doug and Wendy Weiner on SNL?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have cottage cheese? Because we have diverticulitis. And
not a fun thing, but yeah.
It's so bad.
I wonder.
I don't know how old people deal with it.
Horchata works for that. You think horchata works for that?
What? It might.
Horchata.
Oh my God. It's funny you said that one time. There was this white guy that used to work at my gym. He used to work at my supermarket, and then he got a job at my gym. And it was funny because I was mixing a protein shake. So he sees me just shaking up this shake, and he walks up, and he wasn't goofing. He wasn't trying to crack a joke. He knows I'm Latino. His question to me, dead in my eye, what you got there? Is that, what do you call that stuff? Horchata? And I was like, wow. Like, I was like, you have no idea how racist that
was. So what was it?
It was just a protein drink.
Oh.
But he didn't know that. Like, he just literally thought, like, I don't know, is that a thing? Like, do you guys just drink? I'm like, yeah, we do that at the gym. That's
horchata right here.
I love it. What a stereotyper.
I know. All right, we got to move on. All right, so this has been Express News from around the globe. Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg. The fish are coming at you in 3D. I just did a Muppets reference, but holy mackerel. That's right. A truck driver in North Carolina encountered something fishy, and it was all caught on his dash cam. Apparently, he failed to check the weather forecast because it was raining catfish and dogs. Or perhaps it was a sign from COD. Either way, it was a pain in the bass. When it seems that a bird flung a fish at the truck just for the hell of it. Now, I didn't have enough time to write this entire article, but I did have other puns, which included a blue grill, the carp pool lane, trout driver, brain sturgeon, and of course, truck scales. Now, I do want to take a look at the video here of the incident. I want you guys to get
it's a nice one. I watched it about 10
Pretty
times.
long video.
Yeah, there he goes.
I love it.
I just love that the fish didn't understand what was happening. It's just like I'm like flying. I'm dead.
Can we slow that down? Can we see it in slow mo? No.
Not on this particular thing.
It really didn't. It didn't jack his windshield as much as I saw when I looked at it earlier.
I can pause it. Let's see. Right.
It didn't really.
Whoa.
Oh, here. Let's see.
I think that's it bouncing off.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's coming.
There he goes. Come on. There.
Like if this bird literally.
Oh, look at that. Look at the look on the
bird's carrying it.
Look at the look on the fish's face. It's like, oh.
The look on his face. How do you see that?
It's like, what is that? What's the singing? Billy Bass? What's that? It was just,
don't they normally always have that?
Don't worry. Be happy.
Some days you're the fish, and some days you're the windshield.
Yeah. No, it's like Finding Nemo, but like the live action version. Nemo. Okay. Where are we at here?
We need the payoff. Let it hit.
And then, you want to?
Yeah, we need one more slam. Come on.
There it goes.
Have a payoff here.
In the face.
Oh.
Here's a fish to your eye.
That truck driver didn't even know what was going on. He's like, "Who did that?"
Yeah. So, fish and chips. Okay.
I wonder what the truck driver did to deserve that. You think that the truck driver did something
the bird
wrong
was
to
protesting. The bird was protesting. And the truck driver just happened to be in the road. So
fish was just floundering around on the windshield.
I was trying to crap on your car and you wouldn't let me. Now I'm gonna throw a fish in your.
You know, the sad part is that bird was pissed though. If you've ever seen a bird drop food, if you see a bird drop food, it gets so that could have fed him for a few days at least. So
they got Costco there.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't notice what type of bird it was. It was a pelican. Come on, pelican! Manny, pelican.
Maybe the fish needed an Uber.
Yeah. So, Adam. Oh, yes, Matt.
How many puns was that in your intro? That was impressive, but was that like 74? Or?
Let me see. I got holy mackerel. That's one. Catfish and
you should do that on stage.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10 there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 10.
And, were you trying to guess how many pounds that the fish weighed? How many pounds do you think that fish weighed?
That fish was only about like a 1.5, maybe 2 pounder.
I think it looked like a good 2 pounder though.
Yeah.
I think I was struggling. The big bird was struggling.
Yeah.
What kind of fish do you think it was?
A dead one.
A cold fish.
Wah, wah, wah.
Special of the day. Special of the day at the diner down the street.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't breaded.
Yeah. What truck companies are there? We could have used the truck company reference. Damn, I can't think of it.
What is that?
Mercedes.
No, I was trying to think of like
Swift.
like
Volvo,
FedEx trucks and.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys seen those
UPS.
Swift trucks? Like those big semis, they say Swift.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sailor and Swift.
Yeah. They supposedly it stands for sure wish I finished training.
There was a guy, what is his name? It'll come to me. Terrence Aston. He used to do comedy, and he had this really funny joke, and I'll never forget it. But he said that because he became a truck driver, and
he's a perfect build for it.
And yeah, he totally is. And the funny thing is, he had this joke that was a true story that he was the disappointment in his family because he became a comedian. He goes, yeah, my brother, he went to Harvard, and everybody would always throw that in my face, like, your brother went to Harvard. And he goes, I went to Debbie Duke's trucking school, which is like the Harvard of trucking schools. But yeah, you're right, dude. He totally looked like a trucker too. Like he
found his calling. I love it. He's the man.
Yeah.
And when I first met him, he called me to do a gig. He just started. And I thought I swear to God, Terrence asked it, and Bruce it referred him. I thought he was a black guy.
Yeah.
His name is Terrence Aston. Am I wrong?
Him and I, we almost died together, dude. We almost got into this major car accident.
Sweet.
We were, I know, isn't it romantic? We were pulling, I'll never forget this.
That's how you get famous.
We were on the way to a gig, and he was hungry. So he goes, dude, I have to stop and eat something. I go, no, it's cool, man. Just pull over. And there happened to be a Jack in the Box. So right when he was pulling up to the drive-through of the Jack in the Box, we're on the surface street, and as we're pulling in, somebody was coming out, so he let that car go. Well, as he let that car go, all of a sudden he goes, oh, like that, and he like locks up, and then he just floors it, and the car just peeled out, took off. Thank God he had a sports car too. But he pulls out forward, and dude, I look back to see what it is because I could see his eyes just looking up at the rearview mirror, and there's this big rig that's just about to drill us, dude. And as he's speeding up, the big rig is like barely touching our bumper. It was just barreling down. It would have slammed on us, and we were at a dead stop. So thank God he peeled out and took off straight, dude. But yeah, like,
did you get your food though?
We did actually. Yeah, I wasn't hungry. Was
that his calling to be a truck driver after that? Was he like, there's not enough quality truck drivers?
Well,
through this comedy with Ace.
Well, yeah. Well, he had a lot going on with his wife. I don't know if you remember his ex-wife.
No.
So I'm gonna throw his laundry out there. So because he actually used to talk about this on stage, and it was a true story. But
that's what he gets.
He used to have this pretty hot wife.
Never did a comment.
And the weird thing is, if you looked at Terrence, he totally looked like a big, heavy set truck driver. But the thing was when he was in the military, he was cut up. He was super fit. So he met his wife while they were in the military. And she was one of these chicks that would just come to the bases to party with all the military guys or whatever. So that's how they met. So anyways, flash forward.
Good old days.
Yeah. So flash forward, he's out of the military. He's gained weight, whatever. Well, she's still one of these party girls. And so she wanted a Mustang. And she wanted, like, seriously, it was like a 5.0, whatever it is, like the top of the line Mustang that they had at the time. So she wanted specifically a Mustang convertible, this and that. So he bought it for her. And in turn, he bought himself a little sporty, what was it? Like a Type R Nissan. It was like a Sentra Type R or something. Anyway, so his looked more like a family car. But anyways, so he found out, I think he came home one day and found out that she had been having sex with the neighbor's son, who was like 17 or 18.
Talk about cougars, baby.
Right. So, and I think she was 30 at the time. So she's, banging this
straight out of
this. Yeah.
Why didn't that ever happen to me when I was 16 or 17?
So he said,
jealous.
Obviously he kind of felt like, well, the way she is and the way that situation's going, he kind of wasn't surprised. But where he really drew the line was he bought his wife this fancy little sports car, right? And he goes, and then one day I was coming home and that kid was pulling up in her car. And like the wife wasn't even in the car. Like she just loaned him the car. And he goes, yeah, at that point I was like, I'm done. I'm leaving.
I love that it gets to that point.
Yeah, it wasn't. You can sleep with my wife. Yeah, but
it wasn't banging the underage neighbor. That was the final straw.
Yeah, it was the fact that I paid for that car. Now,
not the banging of my woman. I used all my exit money from the military for these cars.
You can ride my wife, but you can't ride my car. I literally think it was one of those things where she was still a little fit, and she didn't, she was pretty hot, but she was like one of those sloppy white trash type hot girls where it was just like,
well, don't sell me. She already told me. You already said she was hot. You don't have to put all the extras on it that I love.
No,
did she have dirt on the bottom of her feet?
No, I'm saying she's backstage
like
wife. She's backstage wife.
Where does she live?
The family wife.
Where does she live?
What part of Riverside is she?
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. I want to thank our guests this week, Matt Balaker, Adam Jacobo, Eddie Jarvis, and of course, Melissa Greenberg. My name is Ace Guillen, and this is Cover Stories.